Welcome to G-Tech, your one-stop shop for tech news and reviews.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new episode of G-Tech. I know it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a regular tech guy to step to, but I definitely wanted to take some time off and get some rest and you know, kind of focus on some work stuff and family stuff. But I'm back, brand new episode. Today we're going to be doing the XREAL Air 2s. These are AR glasses. They're not brand new. They've been out for maybe a year or so, but they are some AR glasses. And if you're unfamiliar with AR glasses are, these actually aren't true AR. So what these are more portable displays. So you can attach these to your phone, your computer, your laptop, anything that has like a USB-C out, input out. And you'll be able to have like a second screen or a third screen. And if you attach it to their software with either Windows or Mac, you'll be able to like do multiple displays of your desktop. So these are the XREAL Air 2s. We're gonna get started. As you can see, I already tried them and tested them out, but I will go ahead and open the box and show you what's inside. So here we have what's in the box. As you can see, I already opened it. It's like A+ for packaging. This packaging is actually super phenomenal. If you open it up, it goes, the product's right there. Got a whole big like flower style box. You have in here your extra noses. Well, for your glasses, if you have a prescription glasses situation, you could actually attach them to these. And then your extra size, your large and your medium. There's some stuff in the back, like paperwork wise, as far as what's in there, but premium boxing for sure. I like the package that it comes in. Toss this off to the side real quick. So I'm going to show you what's inside of here. Now what comes in here are the XREAL Air 2s. This is actually a privacy screen. We'll go over a little bit more, but that's a privacy screen. That's what they look like inside. We have two Sony micro OLED 1080p 120 hertz displays, one on each side. Now you are able to see through them if you have the privacy screen off, and you'll be able to still see your surroundings, which is what gives it like the AR quality. But also you get the cable here as well. It's USB to USB-C. So you have this goes into the back of the glasses. This goes into whatever you're trying to display. So that's what we got in the box. Here's the nose pads. Now this is a medium nose pad, but it comes with small, medium, large. That button there, it's not really a button. What you have there is actually a proximity sensor. So when you take it off of your face, it'll actually pause the media. On the left, you see the USB-C port that the display cable goes into. You have some buttons on this side. You have volume, which also can be used for brightness, depending on what you push here. And this is your action button / power button. You'll be able to sleep the display, but also do other things on the screen with the interface. You have two speakers, which actually sound really, really awesome as they're right by your ear port, and it's not heavy at all. I don't know the actual grams. I'll get it probably off the packaging or something, but it's not heavy at all. There is no like internal battery on its own where it's just charged, and we'll go over that a little bit more, but I wanted you to see what was in the box. So here's a look at the XREAL X Beam. Now this isn't the Pro. There is a Pro version that looks much more like a cell phone. This is just the X Beam itself. The button on the side helps you put the display in 3 different modes. So you have follow mode, where if you look left and right, it'll follow you. You have the stationary mode, where it's just like put out right directly in front of you. And if you look left and right, you won't be able to see the screen because it's right there in front of you. You have to look directly where you centered it last time. It acts as like a wireless remote, like a little pointer on the screen. And then the third mode is like a side view off to the side. So think of like picture in picture, where the screen will shrink down to one of the sides of the camera. I mean, of the display, so you could just look right through it. You are able to put a USB Type-C out. This is the battery indicator. It also has a little fan inside. I don't know if you're able to hear that, but there's a little fan inside. Trying to keep it cool. It does get rather warm, and the battery life's not super great. However, it's a great companion for this display setup. So I think if you're looking for that, definitely get the Beam or the Beam Pro with it. Trying to show you the display inside. I have a movie playing, but it's not able to see it. However, I'm using the X Beam to do so. You should, like, you can see a little bit of the display. It's really tough to get it to view what's going on, but I do have the display device on. However, I did want to give you a close-up of how this changes the angles, how you change the angles. This actually helps viewing angles for the monitors inside. So you could do it to both sides, and it'll actually help you view. Really tough to get those monitors, I mean those, yeah, the displays to show up in there. Super tough. So these are what the glasses look like on. I actually have them on a display right now. They're on my iPad. So I don't know if you could actually see inside of them. Can you see the side? I don't know if you could see inside. Like there's actually light on the screen. I'm unable to see what's in front of me. So all my camera setup and stuff like that, I'm unable to see it. But if I tone down the brightness on the screen, I am able to see right through. We are in the house, so the lighting's like kind of limited, but there is that ability to just have the pass through, and that's what makes it so unique. There is like a 130-inch monitor right in front of me, so it feels like it's about this far away as I see it, but it is connected. What I'm going to try to do is show you from my point of view what you see. I don't want to record what's on the screen because that's kind of weird. It's not gonna really translate over, but I'll show you what that kind of looks like. So if I'm able to, you can see that there's something in there, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go. So it's really tough to see, but you have my iPad screen on in there. And I mean, the screen is really good. It's 120 hertz. It's 120 hertz refresh rate. It's solid. The one thing I'll say is they run really hot, really quick. And it doesn't matter, you know, where you're going. There is, like I said, there's no battery in them, so you only have the power cord powering them. But it's already like getting warm, and it hasn't even been on for 15 minutes, right? So there's that. There are movable, angled, you know, where your ears go, where it holds over your ear, and that helps you angle the screens inside because they are put on a certain curve so that you're able to get the full view. Now it says it's up to 130 inch screen. My point of view, the best that I figure out is, you know, probably leaving that like 108. Really helps. Now you can partner it. You do need some kind of thing to display it. So that's why it's not true AR, because you do need a display for it to work. Now what this is called the XREAL Beam. Now the XREAL Beam is a standalone device. It seems to be running off of some sort of skinned Android version. And with that, you're able to actually get a couple of apps, I think like Netflix and some other apps, Amazon, where you're able to actually watch movies or whatever on your own, as long as you can connect this to Wi-Fi somewhere, and you don't need anything else, and it'll act like a control. You also, if you pair it with like the desktop app or the Mac app, you're able to use this as a little semi-control as long as you push it through one of these deals. So you have a USB-C in, USB-C out. At the bottom, it does carry its own battery. I think it's like 400 and, what does it say? It says 4,878 milliamp battery in here. It does burn through battery really, really quick. It is cool, but this is where you can actually adjust the size of the screen once you connect it there. There are two types of ways to view the screen. So the screen can be put in a stationary 2D view where it's just stuck where you have to go, or also like a 3D view, and that kind of gives you some spatial awareness or whatever. When you turn your head, it follows around. They say there's 3 different views. I don't see the difference from the last view. But there's some buttons on here. Kind of looks like an old school iPod, right? And what overall, I'd say I would use this most for traveling, for like privacy screen, especially with Android's new desktop mode, where what I'm looking at on these is not necessarily shown on my screen. Or you pairing it with the XREAL Beam in order to watch content or whatever while I'm away, right? While I'm around other people and I don't want them to just see what I'm watching or hear what I'm watching, or use it as a second display. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play some media from it real quick. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to show you what it sounds like. I'm playing a video. So, oh, whoops. I don't even know why I got close to the camera. I'm an idiot. I have a microphone. That's an inhibitor keeping Hulk under control. That's a goofball move. But you could actually hear it. Let's see if you can hear when it's on my head. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but that's how you can hear it. And it's literally right here. You could turn it down so only just you can hear, or you can actually have it where it's loud enough where it kind of leaks out. But the sound is like right by your ear. And it really sounds phenomenal. I'm actually very impressed by the way that they were able to make it sound with such small speakers. But that's a look at it on and some of the functionality. We're outside and we're just using it. As of right now, I still have the Karate Kid movie playing. I have it big on front of me. I have it follow. So if I turn left and right, the screen stays directly in front of me, although it is transparent and I could see my wife and everybody recording over here, and my daughter playing in the background. So it's really, really cool. You could actually have it off to the side where you have more of a view and you have the traditional sunglass look on the front. Or you can actually have, like I have it, my daughter's in the background playing, a giant view, and there's like a big screen and it's like overlaid over everything that I'm looking at, which is really, really cool. This device, I would say you shouldn't walk around with it, but I could see something like if you had your iPhone or your phone, I'm an Android guy, your phone, and you have it attached to it, you could like overlay maybe Google Maps or whatever you're doing, or some media, maybe a podcast while you go jogging or whatnot, and have it on, and you could still kind of glance at the video, but still see around you, where you're going. So I think those are some cool applications. I wouldn't do it too much. I like to be a little bit more aware of what I'm doing. But let's say I go to the park and I have a screen up and I get to watch my daughter play as well, but I could also still have the screen if you're that addicted to your phone, right? But that's kind of what it looks like outside, and you can see it does get a little bit darker, but I am able to still see the screen here. So we're back. Just final thoughts on the XREAL Airs. Now these are not true AR glasses. I believe XREAL does have new AR glasses, and there'll be a link to those down in the description below, because there's actually not, I don't think they make the Air 2s anymore. So they just make the X1s. They don't make the Air 2s. But I bought these. I got them really cheap on Facebook Marketplace. So if you're looking for like an entry level to like external display, some privacy, some while you travel, keep your entertainment, but have that big screen, maybe some multitasking at work, I think these will suit you really, really good. You can find them on Facebook Marketplace. A bunch of people selling them for like 150 bucks, 200 bucks. They come with this protective case, which is really cool. I really like them as far as just a media device. I wouldn't necessarily work on them all the time, but I do like the fact that they have 2 screens inside of them, as opposed to something like the Meta Ray-Bans with the OLED screen. It's only in one eye. I feel like that would bother me. over a long period of time. Speaking of the Meta glasses, these are different than the Meta Oakley glasses. So these are the Meta Oakley glasses, and we'll be doing a comparison between the two next because they're wildly different. These have tons of other features that I'll go over when we talk to them, but they even just look different. As you see, there's no screen, there's no backup display on these. Nice and thin. They almost look more like traditional glasses. And then these look almost like trifocals or whatnot. So we will do a comparison video talking about the two once I do drop my Meta Oakley video. But they're obviously wildly different products. There's no like assistance, there's no real brain in here. These are more like a wireless display. The XREAL S2s, and then the Meta Oakleys are more of like a wireless assistant slash knowledge based deal, Bluetooth headset kind of thing. So we'll talk more about them in a different video, but until then, I'll see you there, or I'll see you at another time. Peace.